The ones and the twos in the house.
What's up, Johnny?
What's going on?
Nothing. You nervous about the Knicks? The Knicks going to pull this out tonight? We're almost at halftime.
It's probably going 7. Whatever, man.
That's a win for you guys. 7 round 2. Oof. But anyways, the motto, we are here to talk about Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Usos in Solo Sikoa. I'm kind of sick of this conglomerate of crew. What about you? I don't want to say like sick of it, but I'm ready for it to kind of get there and finish, you know?
It's getting close, but this is this might be it for a while because of the big draft went down, and KO and Sammy on Raw, and the Usos and the Bloodline Smack. So this might be the grand finale.
I know it should be.
Although with the tag titles, who knows? You know, if they can still have one tag title, it's not going to be the last time, but it'll be one of the last times we see these guys in the ring together.
All right, I scratched up some Raw and SmackDown results since WrestleMania, and this is what we got: conglomerate of guys all together, just to kind of get a feel of where we are pre-brand split. But on the Raw after WrestleMania, nothing with these guys. SmackDown on the 4/7 SmackDown, Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn. Jey Uso wins via pinfall. On the 4/10 Raw, Solo Sikoa versus Kevin Owens. Solo Sikoa wins via pinfall. On the 4/14, Matt Riddle versus Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa wins via pinfall. On the 4/17 Raw, the Judgment Day and the Bloodline one-night deal. So there's kind of still crossing lines there. On the 4/21, Riddle versus Solo Sikoa in a no DQ match. Solo Sikoa won via pinfall. On the 4/24 Raw, the Bloodline versus the LWO. Bloodline won via pinfall. On the 4/28 SmackDown, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn wins via pinfall. And then last night's Raw, Jimmy Uso versus Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle won via pinfall. So they're giving us a lot of finishes here. It seems like it's heavy into Solo Sikoa season. My question to you is all this equity built into Solo Sikoa really worth the squeeze, or is it just kind of more of establishing him and rising him up to everyone's level? And I don't know. What's pretty much what I'm saying is, what's your vibe on Solo?
I think it's definitely worth it. Definitely big star potential. The Samoan Spike is really over as a finisher. We don't see that too more, with all the 1,000 kickouts and 2.5 counts and all that. But nobody's kicked out of that. And even in the WrestleMania main event, that was the reason why Cody went down. So they definitely got him and the finisher over. And noticing in your results, it was definitely a Solo going over and Riddle going down, so the Bloodline kind of getting their shine back from after losing the belts at the WrestleMania main event, but also maybe a little message that Riddle coming back is and including especially the one where he was actually buried, so that might be something to watch out for. Who after this, where does Riddle go? Who knows?
Little message. They gave Riddle a high draft pick. I know that stuff's kind of scoffed at, but I think they drafted him in the second pick in the second round for Raw. So it's like, they're somewhat invested in him. Maybe they're just kind of a little humbling, use the star power to kind of solidify Solo Sikoa before we kind of venture off. What's the chances Solo Sikoa is kind of the one to dethrone Roman Reigns?
Probably right behind Cody, maybe.
So on the depth chart behind Cody, that's where my problem kind of lies with Solo. I see the talent and I see the upside. He's no Madcap Moss, but we're not going to go down that road right now. We're not going to go down that road. I had to, but
Riddick Moss.
He's always Madcap to me. But I just don't see the depth in his skill set. Like, the spike's over, but can he really go out there on his own and carry these segments? I think Jey Uso's, much further along. And I understand that there would be Solo is kind of easier to make opposed to a tag guy, but I don't know. Jey Uso's just I always thought this about Jey was, he ain't going to be ready for that. But I don't know. I would really consider Jey in that spot to be the one to dethrone Roman.
Yeah, we have to see Solo in that solo match.
Yeah.
Going 15 minutes with somebody and see how he stacks up.
I don't want to in all these matches, the KO match, the Riddle match, even the Cody match right before WrestleMania. 10, 12 minutes, so it's a good test, but
and with a lot of nonsense around too. We need to see, where it's just a one-on-one match without all the shenanigans, and we'll see if he can hold it.
It's a little sluggish, if you know what I mean. There's a little slog in the action there with Solo. So
he's still inexperienced.
No, I know,
gaining,
I know. It's gonna take it's just gonna take me a little longer. I'm not ready for the Solo smoke.
They did a good job of protecting him, hiding his weaknesses, and really putting over the spike and his strengths, and really putting over, and also the fact that he doesn't, very few words. So
you're kind of answering my questions of, is he ready? I don't.
Yeah.
I know it's early, but I think they're kind of just. He's Roman's muscle, so they're building up the muscle, which builds up Roman because it's constantly Roman Reigns season. But
and also they're definitely building up the split with the Usos, because the latest was when they lost on SmackDown, and Jey was complaining on Monday how come Solo wasn't there to have their back, and then Paulie was saying that was because the tribal chief laid the order down. So they're definitely building up that. And kind of, it's going to be interesting to see where Sami and KO go to after Raw. Mm-hmm. I would say it's best to kind of them drop the titles quickly and for them to do a split scene, and not the usual split where somebody turns on each other. Just
veer away.
Yeah, because they could both carry solo feuds on their own with various with interesting people.
See you down the road. I got your back if you need me.
Yeah.
But, all right, D'Amato. We're kind of on the same sentiment, the same vibe of. I don't know. We're ready to move on from these guys. We love them all. They're all
with all that. It's going to be a 15-20 minute banger. Probably, it'll be fighting for best match of the night. So we always say that it's usually, this is one of those B shows. Well, because of the atmosphere, it's going to get a couple more stars.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to be
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like we're not really looking forward to it too much right now, but those are the ones that usually surprise and overextend.
For sure. So you're anticipating a banger. Do you think it will live up to that hype?
Yeah. In ring, it's not going to have that same emotion. I mean, where do you go after main event night one? Where can you go from there? There's only one way to go. It's
Yeah. Or you could kind of plateau a little bit, but I don't think
the fan the fan emotion isn't there. That's the thing. Once you get, that would have been the same with if Cody beat Roman. After that, the next couple months is where do you go from there? It's to build up to that spot, man.
So yeah. All right, Johnny. So you answered my first question. You're anticipating, you think it's gonna live up to the hype. Where do you see this on the card? This ain't gonna be the main event, is it?
Nah, not the main event. Maybe they open up with it.
Okay.
Throw some different out there. Yeah.
That's it's nice hard sprint for 15-20 minutes of nonstop action to get the crowd going while they got them. I like that.
Yeah, as far as the main, what is it going to be? Is Bunny going to main, or is it going to be Cody and Brock? Who knows?
Either one of those two would be my pick. I would lean Cody. Well, here's the thing: if Cody's going over, Cody. If Bunny's going, Bunny is going.
Well,
over.
They both are probably. So
yeah. We'll see. All right, who's winning, the Bloodline or the babies?
I'm going with Sami and KO to further lock in the dissension between Roman and Solo and the Usos. That's going to be where they're going to next on SmackDown. So
gotcha.
I don't know. Plus, Riddle took enough losses in the build-up, so
I know.
I don't see
Solo's name.
Yeah.
But it's It's just been, I think, the last month or so has really been a detriment to not having a brand split and having to
Yeah,
do this feud twice a week
the,
opposed to once a week. So now we got to
the
fill 5 shows opposed to, and we got to fill 10 shows opposed to 5 shows. So it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
the
right.
WrestleMania hangover has been fierce this year. I guess
Mhm.
I think the better the Mania, the worse the hangover.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
rough. This draft isn't doing it for me. Well,
We'll see how it
we can
goes, though.
discuss that another time, but it's rough, man.
All right, Johnny, how can we catch you? We just in and out with me, kind of where we at right now until football
Yeah,
season?
yeah. I have not been drafted by the other network, so I think I'm one of those free agents that could go anywhere still, like
You're the almost
almost.
of
And
the
yeah,
pods.
so,
Excellent,
yeah,
Johnny.
yeah. Chill until football season.
All right, well, I'm gonna dust you off every month and use you whenever I can.
Yeah, we'll be live at SummerSlam, so probably the SummerSlam preview. We
All right,
get
we'll
back
get
on it,
come on, we'll get you before that with some bullshit. But
man.
all right, Johnny, it's been good as always, buddy. See you next time.
Bum, 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 bum.